It was definitely not a coincidence when Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi came to Vusumuzi Matlala through that meeting that they had and asked for a favor to assist him with Nangy. Nangy, a Mozambican national who is a serial kidnapper, who is known for kidnapping and is currently on the run in connections to a kidnapping that he conducted in the KZN in KwaDukuza. You remember Jerry Boshoga, a man who's currently kidnapped and we don't even know where he went? Could it be that this was a very strategic question to ask how close is Vusumuzi Matlala to Nangy, a man who probably might know where Jerry Boshoga is, a man who's a serial kidnapper, referred to as a major lieutenant, as the kingpin of kidnapping? Could he know where Jerry Boshoga is? In this video, I wanted us to talk about the docket that was sent to Vusumuzi Matlala regarding Nangy and why this docket was specifically sent to him, especially since there's nothing that connects these two. They are just neighbors. Could it be that there's more to the story than what we are told? In this video, let's talk about the second part of Major-General Lesetja Senona. Major-General Lesetja Senona yesterday appeared again at the Madlanga Commission. He continued with the lies. And what was so shocking is that he just became a hostile witness, just being very disrespectful to the commissioners. And not just being disrespectful and not cooperating. Whenever he was being asked questions, he would just be like, let it be, think what you want. He was just very much disrespectful, in my opinion. But what was so shocking is him failing to answer, especially in the exchange between him and Vusumuzi Matlala. We want to understand why they were exchanging certain information. Why did they send each other those documents? And from what the general is saying, there's no clear answer as to why there was that exchange of information. We'll first start with the exchange of, was asked if whether he knows that there is a lot of charges against Vusumuzi Matlala, and he said that, you know what, I don't know. Actually, it's a normal thing for people to not know the particulars of the people that they are close with.
Assuming you are correct that you did not look at the newspaper articles from December to February 2022, are you aware that Mr. Matlala had a criminal record prior to you starting a friendship with him?
I was not aware, Commissioner. I became aware when it was read in the ad hoc, ad hoc committee, that there is this a long list of criminal record.
Is it not a red flag that the head of the province for the Hawks is friends with people who have criminal records and he's unaware of it, or he chooses to ignore it? I don't know which is which. Is it not a red flag?
Commissioners, if you don't know anything, there's no red flag about it.
Of which I beg to differ. Maybe I'm just the way I am, and I'm a person that is very, very cautious. I research everyone who comes into my life. But I think there is definitely people that do not care. Whenever you come into their lives, they're just very much welcoming. And one of them is Major-General Lesetja Senona. Very disappointing coming from the head of the Hawks in KZN, that there's people that are criminals that might want to be close with him, but he doesn't see the necessity of doing the necessary research. It doesn't end there, guys. Information was sent to General Lesetja Senona about the THEMBEKA and SENZO Foundation. He did not answer. He said that he did not open that file that was sent by Vusumuzi Matlala, as well as another file that contained President RAMAPHOSA's ID number, personal particulars. He said he didn't open, meaning he's just saying, I don't know about this. I don't know what that was about. As if that was enough, he came and lied further to say that he stopped a long time ago speaking to Vusumuzi Matlala. After he assisted Vusumuzi Matlala with regards to the risk assessments in relation to his security companies and the firearms that are connected to that situation, he said that, more after that, he didn't say much because of the articles that were surfacing that are implicating Vusumuzi Matlala, especially with the 360 tender. But he lied because he is the one who facilitated the meet-up and was there for moral support.
I believe that is the interpretation of the Constitution.
It's not an interpretation.
It's not an interpretation. That's what you yourself say.
But
it's your language. It's your language, General. Let's not debate that. When you put it down that way, you said Mr. Matlala had requested I accompany him for moral support, as he was not comfortable meeting alone at that stage. It's your words, so you understood the true purpose, at least on paragraph 62. The true according to you, the purpose of you being there was to give him moral support. That is to assist, General.
He was there to give the support to Vusumuzi Matlala, whereas he was thinking that he was telling us that he's shifting away from him. He further denies that Vusumuzi Matlala was associated with the TEMBISA hospital. He says he doesn't know. Yes, he knows about Babita, but he doesn't know about Vusumuzi Matlala's involvement. He just kept on denying everything. The only thing that was left for him to say is that everything is fabricated. And I'm shocked that he didn't use that card. Probably he saw that it was not going to work in the commission, because the commission is not the ad hoc where there will be members of parliament that are going to say, yes, it's true, Vele, the messages are fabricated. Here we are talking about evidence. If you're saying these things are fabricated, you better come with evidence that proves that these things are fabricated.
Here.
Okay.
And then allow me to give you the best recollection of my events as they were unfolding. But I want to plead that I must not be pressurized to give an answer that I don't know about.
It doesn't end there. To make matters worse, Senona advising his younger brother, to take legal action after his 360 million rand tender was cancelled. If that is not conflict of interest, I don't know what is, because I cannot be working for a company and advise someone to sue that very company that I'm working for. That is verbatim conflict of interest.
I've asked you a direct question. Please answer my question. Don't tell me what happens in life in general. Okay. I've asked you a specific direct question. As you sit there, do you or do you not accept that this email exchange that I have raised with you, on its face, suggests that you had a conflict of interest between your friend's business and your employer's business?
I don't see it as a conflict of interest.
Thank you.
And we also found out through his attorneys, who threw him under the bus, that actually this man lied about saying that an affidavit with regards to Nangy was attached to the article of News 24 that he sent to Vusumuzi Matlala. Because that's another thing that he was asked about. There's articles that were sent to Vusumuzi Matlala by him. And one of them is the one of Nangy. And to those who don't know, just like we were very curious to know about the Mr. S. Even though we found out that Mr. S is Stephen August Motibi, very dangerous man, who's very much associated with people like Joe Sibanyoni. This man is not a man that you can just talk about. He's connected to the taxi owners. Clearly, this is not just a man that you can talk about. There's not much information about Mr. Stephen, but I think as the time goes by, more is going to be revealed. But now let us talk more about this Nangy, Ishmael Nangy. Ishmael Malundi Kamos Nangy is a Mozambican national and alleged transnational kidnapping kingpin linked to police and Interpol investigation. And he also assists with multiple high-profile kidnapping for ransom in Mozambique and South Africa. Around 2019 and 2022, there's been a lot of allegations that have been surrounding Mr. Nangy. He's part of a cross-border kidnapping that is targeting South African and Mozambican victims. And if you guys remember what Lieutenant General Dumisani Kumalo said, is that most of these people you must have, for you to be part of these cartels, you don't have to be part of the big five, but to be part of the cartel, you have to be able to travel and not just be staying in South Africa. You need to be enabling such things for purposes of one amongst many kidnapping. He was arrested in 2023 on an Interpol warrant at his house or his home in Centurion. Please note that he stays in Centurion for allegedly a kidnapping in Mozambique. There were extradition that were pursued by the Mozambican government But the charges were later withdrawn due to problems with the supporting evidence, leading to his release. And the authorities even returned his properties that were seized from him in 2023. He is currently wanted for a kidnapping case, and a warrant has been issued already. So in 2021, he's been accused of kidnapping Jerry Abdul, who's the son of the senior executive. In 2022, he kidnapped Ahmed Arwa in Maputo, and he asked for a ransom, which was later paid. Both these situations, Mr. Nangy keeps on asking for the ransoms. Then we have a man called Zakaria Desai, who was kidnapped in KwaDukuza, and a ransom was requested which amounted to 1.2 million. Mr. Desai was released, but the person who is involved in this was said to be Mr. Nangy. So another important thing here that you should note is that someone that worked with him was a man called Richard Ishmael. And this investigation was carried out by the Hawks. They looked at the payments, they looked at the WhatsApps between Ishmael and Nangy, and established that indeed Nangy is the one that kidnapped Mr. Desai, the Hawks. And this case is a case that happened where? In KZN. What does General Lesetja Senona know about this case? Does he know that this man is on the run and that this man has been accused of kidnapping somebody? Does he know that? Or that is something that he's not ready to talk about in that commission? We are dealing with a very dangerous man, Mr. Nangy. And the question remains, why did he send that article? He said he sent it because they stay in the same neighborhood with Vusumuzi and Matlala. But is that even the truth? Or he knows this Nangy and the business that he's been conducting? Because he was working in crime intelligence. He was like the informant, acting like he's working with the crime intelligence, but actually he was doing his own kidnapping. Now let us move to Jerry Boshoga. Jerry Boshoga was kidnapped on the 18th of November 2024, and that first day wanted a ransom of 60 million rands. Matlala has been the person who's the suspect in this case. And number one, from the witness see that what we heard that there were sheets in Matlala's house, but they did not find Mr. Jerry Boshoga. And remember, Nangy is in the neighbor. He's the neighbor of Vusumuzi and Matlala. When did Nangy disappear? When did Nangy run? Was it after these raids or before the raids? We want to know. Are they working together? Did they kidnap Jerry Boshoga together? Secondly, Jerry Boshoga was kidnapped at Centurion. He was taken at Centurion. The question remains, Mr. Nangy stays in Centurion, and Jerry was on his way going to Centurion. It was said by Dumisani Kumalo that the police know everything. They know who unalived witness D. Anything that happens in South Africa, the police know. They just choose to not act. Could it be that Lesetja Senona knows what happened to Jerry? He's just choosing to not act because Nangy is their friend. Allegedly. One thing that makes one to think that Nangy is involved here is because he wants high ransoms. They want millions and millions of rands whenever they kidnap people. And they kidnap people that they know that will find the money for. There's definitely no evidence right now that directly links Nangy to the Jerry Boshoga. But I just think that as South Africans, these are the questions that we should ask ourselves. Because why would you send an article of something that no one has an interest on? Just because someone is your neighbor. Or you think that definitely there is some relation, there's something you know about this person. I don't know what you guys think about this whole information. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think that the story is connecting? Do you think that there's high chances that Nangy knows where Jerry is? Please tell me your thoughts about this whole conversation. Before we can close up this video, I also wanted to point out that Lesetja Senona said that they were about to meet with Matlala, but he didn't meet with Matlala. Matlala said that, I'll tell that guy, but still refused to tell us who is that guy. Him refusing to give such information opens up a space for anyone to fill the gaps. Who was the other guy that he was supposed to meet with? You see why we end up making our own conclusions, our own assumptions? Because you can't give a testimony with a lot of loopholes. People are going to try to fill in the gaps if you don't come and try filling the gaps yourself. I don't know. Please comment your thoughts, guys. Moving right along to Mr. Brown Mogotsi.
Honorable members, like you inquired yesterday, as at now, it is uncertain as to whether Mr. MOGOTSI is going to be here tomorrow, given the ridiculous demands that he's using regularly, and then Parliament cannot provide him with any security. He wants his security to be paid for 7 days by Parliament.
RAMAPHOSA is saying that he appeared at the Madlanga Commission, but you guys didn't believe him. He said everything that he wanted to say, but you all decided to call him a pathological liar. Even after Lesetja Senona came and corroborated his story, you all called him a pathological liar.
So we are not talking, and that's the problem that emanated from Madlanga. People take this very light because even this witness D was killed, and someone said he didn't want security. In Madlanga, they said I'm a professional liar. Let me give you an example. Secondly, I presented evidence, I presented information, and after doing that, they never spoke about any information I brought forward. I said I followed Matlala to his house, to Durban, until to the house where he had a meeting. It only got revealed even yesterday by another general that indeed there was a meeting between Mkonazi and Matlala in MCHUNU. They spoke about my ID number. You are a liar. I recorded a policeman who gave evidence in writing that there is a plot to dismiss one general. That recording, let me tell you what happened at Madlanga. That policeman was charged.
MOGOTSI also went ahead to even tell us that his handler, the one that he wrote at the Madlanga in that piece of paper, the handler now, guys, has been arrested. I'm sorry, guys, I couldn't hold the laugh. But the handler now has been arrested. Hey, guys, Madlanga doesn't play. Madlanga is not here to play.
Secondly, I requested in the commission that the name of my handler should not be revealed. The name was not revealed. I wrote it with a pen on a piece of paper and gave it into the commission. What happened? He was also charged. So are you saying there is transparency in what you are doing? Hence, I'm saying Parliament is the last line of defense. I have hope in Parliament that, of course, one will be subjected to questioning, harsh questions, because even for one to eat a steak, whether it's steak and pap, for it to be so nice, it must go through the fire. I'm ready. I'll be grilled. They'll do all those things. If I'm lying, they'll put the lie aside. But where there is evidence, yes, a property was bought for 22 million. I have the title deed, the name, they'll do all those things. If I'm lying, they'll put the lie aside. But where there is evidence, yes, a property was bought for 22 million. About it. They talk about
MOGOTSI has a lot of demands. That's all I can say. There's just a lot of demands that he has, and he believes that the ad hoc committee will not protect him enough. I just think that the ad hoc committee is starting to just be an ad hoc comedy. Someone said that in my comment section, because tell me, why are they allowing this? They allowed with Paul O'Sullivan. Are they telling me that going forward they'll be able to get everybody else to come? The fact that they failed with Paul, they're starting to set the precedence. People like Abu Brown MOGOTSI, they're opportunists. They take every opportunity for themselves. He has said that he's going to try appear next week.
What's the way forward then? When can we expect you in Parliament, given that you've been subpoenaed now?
No, we have spoken to Parliament today, and if they've given me subpoena, remember, a subpoena can be not necessarily challenged, but can be taken to court, and I'll advance the same reasons and the letters that I've given to them, that they deal with that, because I cannot continue funding this thing in this long distances. But around 5 o'clock, as we spoke to the Secretary of Parliament, there's some kind of arrangement of saying I reduce number of people traveling, some stuff like that. But we are talking probably next week, definitely. I will be in Cape Town to appear before the committee.
All right, just maybe an update then on the investigations around that hit, of course, that we saw in November, where the red car was allegedly riddled with bullets. There are some that suggest, of course, that they saw you yourself shoot the shots, of course, in that very red Chevrolet. How do you respond to people that suggest you were lying about that incident?
Yeah, God performs his wonders mysteriously. We have received a call and of course, communication from SAPS on issues of this DNA and stuff. They've picked up some different fingerprints, like the DNA revealed that I was not the only person who had perhaps touched the car and all these things.
But the question remains, what's special about NEXTWEEK that is different from today? Because it should appear today. And this thing of saying bodyguards, this, he's just trying to make an excuse.
It's very much important that you know that they even yourself, you can't leave your family, your wife and kids, fly to Cape Town, collected by strangers, take you to a hotel. That's not how things are done. One of the whatever precautionary measures that could be probably compromised was at them, the parliament identifying a CPO who will engage with my CPO, exchange their vetting documents and so forth, and agree on reducing number of CPOs.
I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Probably he wants Senona to finish this testimony so that he can, because already he's hiding behind Senona. Already he's hiding to say, yeah, you guys called me a pathological liar. I told you so. So now he wants to come at the ad hoc next week. I think that he's trying to make sure that at least the stories come together, because also Yena no Senona, they are just in the same WhatsApp group. They're just the same. They're not different from each other. So the pre-trial for Vusumuzi Matlala is approaching, and I'm very much interested. I think this is going to be one of the most watched trials after the SENZO Meyiwa trial. And I think everybody just wants to know, are they going to charge him further with other crimes? Because it just looks like it's going bad for Vusumuzi Matlala and the rest of the crew. On the other hand, you remember what witness E said about SENZO MCHUNU?
That someone informed him that General Kumalo, he wanted to say, I must come to the commission and tell the commission that it's not the PKTT that achieved that conviction, but it was myself who achieved that conviction. That is why I say it is. This is why I say in that paragraph that he was trying to recruit me to testify in a manner that is favorable to him.
So SENZO MCHUNU's replied, saying that all of that is a lie. And I could not just get my eyes off of the fact that there's no ANC logo. He's just writing this off from his own personal capacity. And I don't know, I find it very hilarious. But at the same time, the ANC, they are busy. They're on the Twitter streets fighting for their cadre. So we'll just see as the time goes by who's telling the truth. But at this moment, it's hard to believe anything that comes from MCHUNU's mouth. And I think that high chances you're going to say, no, that was fabricated, because that's their only defense that they have. You must just face the music. They created this bad lie in it. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think that Brown will actually finally appear? And do you also think that these people, they send each other information in dockets about Nangy because they know Nangy? And it's not just the neighbor. There's more that they know about him. Nonetheless, let me comment your thoughts. I'll see you guys on my next upload. Bye.